There's the winner. Look at that.
Back. Gone. We have a chance.
Show dad.
Yankees 12, Red Sox 11.
He's gone. He could go all the way.
No hay arquero. ¿Quién le pega? ¡Golazo! ¡Gol!
Well, there's a long ball through, and
Oh my God, an insane goal! I've just seen the most insane goal I have ever seen on a football pitch. Incredible Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Fed on through, and here's Rust. Rust delays to Kofi. Walton can tip it. Bryant with the save.
Oh, you gotta get a shot here.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Bang!
Oh, go ahead. Do your little intro.
By the way, I always forget to say this, but I hate my voice at the end of that intro.
You hate
Because
what?
my voice at the end of that intro when I was stuttering, when it was like, "Oh yeah, do your little intro."
That's not you.
Oh really?
That's not you. Yeah, that is not
That sounds
you.
so
That
much
is-
like me. I thought it was me. I thought
I
I
know-
said
no.
that was
What happened is the person. This was a while ago. They said go ahead. They stuttered, and so I took that. Like DJ Khaled or DJ, and not DJ Khaled, DJ Drama, and I chopped and screwed it. So it sounds a little deeper. That's probably where you get it. But yeah, it's not you.
Okay, I thought it was
Anyways,
me. I thought I said this on the first episode or something, and you just used it against me.
but like, yeah, you be stuttering, but yeah, that ain't.
I know.
Right. Trust me. If I wanted to use
I know.
something, there's so much I could use against you, bro. Are you kidding me? Like, we can start with the screenshots and then progress to.
Bro, first of all, if you start putting out screenshots, we got a problem, bro. I'm just saying.
I'm
If you
not
start putting
doing
out
that.
screenshots, we got a problem. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm gonna keep certain screenshots. I'm not gonna put out all of them. I'm just keep certain ones. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. Welcome, episode 41, season 2, Earth2 Sports Talk with Weds and Mo. As always, I'm Mo, and I'm joined
And I'm
by
Weds.
Yeah, man, that was a really good intro. I finally nailed it. 42 episodes down, and I finally fucking nailed it. I think that's the intro I'm gonna start using now.
Only took 41 episodes, bro. Only took 41 episodes. But we're here.
Man. But we're here, man. Who's complaining about that? Anyways, the middle of the day, but it is the 1st of June. It is Thursday, the 1st of June, 2023, and we are going to be previewing the NBA Finals. Before we get there, let's because we didn't really cover the Western or the Eastern Conference Finals, so we kind of let things play out. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I titled in my mind, right, in my notes, I titled it as Western Conference and Eastern Conference disappointments. I think it's a disappointment, especially in the West. I think it's a disappointment because they didn't win one game. I mean, you went 6 games with the Grizzlies, 6 games with the defending champs, and you go 0. You get swept pretty much by the reigning MVP and the Mile High Nuggets. I know you have feelings, so I'm gonna let you go first.
The only feelings I have is that Miami Heat better get swept in the finals, because if they don't get swept, I'm going to have such a problem with the LA Lakers and your GOAT, LeBron Akron James.
Yeah, that I'm gonna name my kid. But this is my gripe with your statement. I believe getting swept is an embarrassment. I mean, and I think it's pretty horrible to get swept, but like, it's not the first time the Lakers have gotten swept in the conference finals.
I'm aware.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put that out there. It's not the first time the Lakers have gotten swept in the conference finals.
No, it's not. It's not the first time. It's happened. I think it happened in the 60s. I think it happened in the 80s. No, not the 80s. It happened in the 60s, I think. And when it was them and Celtics for the entire 60s, and Bill Russell won 11 rings during that time span. It also happened in 2011. It also happened in 2011. In 2011, when they went against the Mavs, that same Mavs team that swept the Lakers, beat the OKC, beat the Spurs. Was it the Spurs? Yeah, beat the Spurs, and then beat the Heat,
and then beat the Heatles. So this is my. It's funny. this is my take on that, right? It's not the first time the Lakers have gotten swept, and two, I think when it's your time, like everything, like literally everything happens. This is the second time KD will lose to a really, really good center, right? A team that is just on fire for no fucking reason. The Dallas Mavericks was the first time it happened. Oh wait, was would you have called Dirk a center at that time, or was it just a power
Dirk is
forward?
not center. Dirk is a power forward.
7 foot power forward. That's amazing,
Yeah.
but that can shoot. So it's weird for me to look at all of the things that happen because I'm watching that series and I'm like, especially the last game. There's no way in hell the all stars, the star scores 41 points and you lose that game. Well, it came down to the end of it. Also, if you look at the entire series, there were two of the games, I think, in one of the games in Denver, or is it two of the games in Denver were close. So it just begs me to,
Get
again,
it done.
and
Get it done. If
yeah,
you're
get
that
it
close,
done.
get it done.
But do you expect one person to get it done?
Except the person except the person you're talking about, who the one person who to get it done, they're the one person who didn't show up in those two games.
Okay, but there was two other games. So now what?
My point is, bro.
And this is again, this is
If you
to add
get
to that
smacked,
gripe.
mm-hmm.
To add to that gripe, if so, there was one night Jamal Murray didn't show up. I think let's talk about the Phoenix series for a second. There was one night Jamal Murray didn't show up. Guess what happened? Jokic went 59. Crazy. He went 50. I think it was 59 and 14. He still had double digit.
53, 17, and 17, I believe.
Yes, incredulous numbers, right? So this is what I'm begging you to look at, right? I think AD scored 40 in the first game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
the superstar doesn't go off. One of the two superstars, right? One of the superstars doesn't go off. One goes off, and then if you look, I think was that the game Bruce Brown had 20.
No, that game Bruce Brown had 15.
Right, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown be hooping.
First of all, Bruce Brown do be hooping, bro. He was hooping. Nah, he was hooping and he was hooping in Brooklyn. But then he went to Denver and he gets stuck behind, behind KCP
MPJ.
and MPJ and stuff like that. He don't get enough burn. So yeah,
Okay.
But
okay,
at the same time though,
Aaron Gordon found something happened to Aaron Gordon in this playoff series, in the playoff run. Something happened to MPJ in this playoff run because everyone has been saying MPJ's your turn to step up. He's never and somehow MPJ's been balling this year. So I'm saying when it's your time, this is why I can't look at that sweep and go, "Oh my God, it's the worst thing to ever happen in the world." When it's your time, it's your time, bro. That's just how I see it.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. You know why?
And I think that is a little unfair because if we turn around and go to the East, okay, go ahead.
Because you have two superstars,
correct?
Not two good guys, not two average guys, two superstars. Because AD, when healthy, which he was that entire series, when healthy, he's a top 10 player in the league.
What happened in Game 4? What happened in Game 4?
Bro, first of all, you think what you're saying is you think I'm putting all this blame on LeBron.
I mean, it just sounds like you're saying LeBron get it done, but you're Game 4 he scores 41. AD scores what 15? He scored. Go ahead.
Game 1, AD had 40. They lost that game 2. Game 4, LeBron had 40. They lost that game 2. I don't care who gets it done. Get it done. You don't get to get swept in the conference finals when you have two superstars on your team.
It happens. It's happened to two of the greatest players. Maybe 2 and 3, or however you want to look at it. It's or 3 and 1, however you want to look at it. It's happened to two of the greatest players, man. Like people get swept, and I get it because if we.
I'm sorry. Hold on. What I missed that comment. Did that mean?
Yeah, it's
okay.
I feel like there is a little bias. I feel like there is a little bias in your statement, but I do understand you want the superstar to always be a superstar at every point in his life. Do you? And then we've had this conversation before on this show where you say I am judging LeBron James by LeBron James standards. LeBron James is 38. Wetson, you are 30 plus. 36. Are you doing what you were doing? Are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't care. I don't care how
old
you are. You know why?
So fine.
No, hold on. Here's why. You know why? No.
Question: is there a bias?
No. Here's why I don't care about his age. You know why?
Okay.
Here's why I don't care about his age. When LeBron goes out, scores 40, right? He scores 40. He gets a triple double, and they win the game. We say, "Oh my God, he's the greatest thing that ever happened to basketball." and then he gets swept, and we're like, oh, but he's 38
No.
You don't. No.
Again, 38 goes for everything. 38 goes for the good and the bad. So what are you talking about?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead.
I'm saying, when he goes out and he scores 40, we praise him, because he's 38 doing it, right? But when he goes out and gets smacked, but we can't criticize him because he's 38.
Let me ask you again. What are you criticizing? That's the question. Is what are you criticizing? Because what do you expect from LeBron James at 38? Is the question I'm going to ask you. Two questions. What are you criticizing, and what do you expect from LeBron James at 38?
Okay. First question. What am I criticizing? I'm criticizing them getting swept. I'm criticizing them getting swept.
James or the Lakers?
No, hold on. LeBron is LeBron James not the leader of the Lakers, of the Los Angeles Lakers? Is he not the superstar in the Lakers?
Is he not the question. So are we? So what you are saying, what you're telling me is, I'm not criticizing the team. I'm criticizing the player.
I'm criticizing. First of all, you and I spoke about this. I criticize the coach. I criticize AD. And I criticize Brown as well. Can you believe Rui Hachimura was the most consistent player in that entire series?
Okay.
You're kidding me?
Rui has kind of been consistent throughout since he got to the Lakers.
Bro, don't look it up. Spell his last name.
Hachimura. Hachimura. Come on now.
Cool.
My boy. That's my boy.
Cool. Good job. But you know how many
not you putting me on the spelling bee on spot, bro. Come on, man.
You know how many people could do that, bro? Bro, most people
most people from DC can.
Bro, most people who watch the game, who's a basketball fan, like, oh, Hachimura. You know why? Because we're not expecting Hachimura to be the most consistent player in a series that involved LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
All right, so we're expecting KCP to drop 15 in one game. We're expecting Bruce Brown to drop 20 in one game. Were you really expecting Aaron Gordon to do what Aaron Gordon did in this entire?
What did Aaron Gordon do?
Are you being okay? He didn't have a spectacular run. He had games.
He had a couple of games where he made a couple of good defensive plays.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is my look. This is my take on it, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to channel the spirit of Giannis right here. Mm-hmm. I don't look at this Lakers season.
Okay, yes, I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. You know why? Because that's hypocritical as well. You know why?
No. I shouted at him for doing it, but why not? Why can't I do it now? Because you said it was okay.
Because I never said it was okay. So therefore you don't get to use that. Because as much as I hate it, you hate it.
I mean, there's no failure in sports, and that's the new thing now. Because everybody's saying there's no failure in sports. As soon as Giannis said that shit, everybody said, fuck him for saying that shit. Because you are the leader of your team and you lost. Get out of here.
You and I spoke yesterday about this. And we were talking about how we don't believe in participation trophies. And guess what? There's no failure in sports. Sounds like a participation trophy to me. When you're the number one seed, we don't get you don't get to get swept and be like, oh, you don't get to get smacked and be like, oh, there's no failure in sports. Yes, there is.
So now are we holding, again, question, are we holding the 7 seed Lakers to what standard now? Because you just said number 1 seed.
You know what's funny, bro? You know what's funny?
Go ahead.
The only time you mention the seeding is because they got smacked.
No, I've mentioned the seeding every time. Like I to be honest, I think they had like an amazing run because I mean, you remember when the trades were made, right? And they started and they won like the first couple of games. And you were like, man, I ain't watching the Lakers ever, right? Yeah, I'm not wasting my time because they need to win like 20 games to make it into the playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. It was 25 left. They needed 20 to make it into the playoffs. And you really have written them off. True or false? You have written them off.
More or less.
I would look at the season from maybe as from your standpoint and be like, damn, like I didn't even believe this team could get this far, but they did. I mean, if we look at the semis, right? No one. I don't know if I shared the screenshot when they said who's winning. Nobody picked the Lakers to beat Steph and the Warriors. I know. So much so that people were saying, so much so that when that series was happening, everyone was like, oh, if LeBron loses to Steph, this could hurt. Like, that's pretty much what that series hinged on.
Bro.
No one believed them. No one believed them. To be honest, because I'm about to say one thing and then we can move on. When we picked the conference finals, we both picked the Lakers. And I will tell you the truth. I didn't pick the Lakers because I'm like, I believe in them to win. I picked the Lakers because I was excited. My feelings were hype. I just thought like, oh my God, this is about to, like, oh, this is magic. I didn't think the Lakers were better. I did not think the Lakers were better. Why? AD is too inconsistent. AD is not strong enough to hang with the Joker, which kind of brings me to that's why I'm gonna end it. And it showed the last game where the Joker just literally, and I watched it. I'm like, yo, they're going to lose. How did I know they were going to lose? Because the Joker was doing anything he wanted in the paint. That is unnatural, bro. That is unnatural.
For Joker, it's the most natural thing there is because he's been doing this.
But AD's a center, bro. Like, so it starts to make sense that they have more of a finesse center than that he can. I mean, because again, in the Golden State series, he showed because they had the size over the side advantage over Golden State, and they could play in paint. But how do you do that with this team that also plays the same way, kind of the same way you play?
But the problem is, the problem with that is
and hungrier.
I think Joker and AD are both finesse centers. The only difference is Joker's skilled.
Yeah, and Joker can actually body, like he has the body to also play down in the paint. Yes.
So he's more skilled.
So I understand why you are disappointed that they got swept, but I can't agree with you, and that's how I'm gonna end my statements. On
okay, let me bring it home real quick. The Lakers went further than I expected, than anybody expected. There's no question about that. The Lakers overachieved by my standards in terms of like once they made it to playoff. Beginning of the season, not so much, but come to by the time they made it to playoff, they succeeded more than I expected to. The word is in my head somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but anyway, like they succeeded my expectations. That's what I was trying to say. So I get that. But what I am saying is the Lakers team that went out and beat the Grizzlies, and AD had 26 blocks in that series, and they made the Grizzlies with the Defensive Player of the Year and Ja look mid. That same team that went against the defending champions and the team that plays such a fast-paced, beautiful basketball like the Warriors, they slowed them down and they played them in a way and they beat them in that series. I didn't see that a single one of those games against the Nuggets. The Nuggets, they were playing catch up the entire time. Even when they were ahead, you didn't trust that lead because you saw how they were playing. So as far as me criticizing the team goes, yes, I hold it against the team, I hold it against the coach, I hold it against the role players. But when it comes down to it, and that's the thing, like when it especially with any LeBron-led team, when they succeed, he's a god. When they fail, nobody else showed up.
But I don't think so, though. I don't think that's how this. Okay, go ahead.
That's been the case. That's been the case.
I don't believe that.
I watch the game, bro.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that's how this has gone.
Quick question. Go ahead. His first 7 years in Cleveland, why didn't they win? What did they?
They had a shitty ass team. I'm never gonna let that go.
Great.
They had a shitty team.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it right now, and I tell you that that shitty ass team won 60+ games on 4 of those seasons.
Oh my goodness!
Hold on.
Because of what?
No. I don't.
Because of what?
You know why?
No. Because of what?
You know why I don't care? Because
we're spending 20 minutes talking about the Western Conference Finals, but because of what?
Okay, you know why? Because you're gonna tell me it's because of LeBron, But then when they fail, it's because of everybody else. Well, how do you get to have it both ways?
Because he doesn't get to do everything all the time.
Get to have it both
because
ways,
sometimes when you stop the superstar, you need the role players to step up. If the role players are not, okay, it's fine. Everyone can succeed in the regular season because as you've seen, we're about to talk about the Eastern Conference Finals in a minute. Everyone can succeed in the regular season.
Does everyone succeed in the regular season? Does everyone succeed in the regular season?
Anyone can succeed in the regular season.
Does everybody succeed in the regular season?
Bro, I know you're not about to take my words as
what?
No,
as your words?
No. I know you're not about to take me literal. That's what I'm about to say. But you know exactly what I mean. You are allowed to succeed in the regular season. The playoffs, everyone knows that the playoffs are a different animal. When we get to the playoffs, things change, players change. Like Matthew Dellavedova, did you know him before he started guarding Steph? No. Let's be serious. Like, come on, man. Let's let it really be guided.
I'm a basketball purist, so I did know, but again, not the
Okay,
same way.
the same way you asked me to spell Hachimura, spell Dellavedova. Exactly. Man, let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and let's talk about the shambles.
VADOVA. Go ahead, please. Like I'm not spelling B champ too. Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
Thank you, Derpy. I appreciate it. Real quick, let's do the Eastern Conference Finals and the disappointment that is Boston. So once
you mean
Boston
the choke
lost,
artist? You mean the choke artist? Choke
no,
artist.
It doesn't make any sense to me. So I saw a tweet that said as soon as the finals were over, that some Boston really let us watch these 3 games just to come lose on their home court. That game, game 7 made no sense to me because you're at home. Yes, your superstar Jason Tatum, tweaked his ankle, but chose to still stay on the court and play it. Like, this is something that Watson says all the time. He doesn't believe in super duper bad injuries, because if it's a super duper bad injury, you're out of the game, right? You're not playing. But if you're injured enough that it's not hindering you from being on the court, because you've said this, you should be able to play at a level that is not 14 points. But you know what? I don't know if I can completely.
Know me, bro. I will stand on what I say, bro.
And that's fair. But if you look at it, right, you have Jason Tatum who's hurt. Then you look at, I bet Jaylen Brown, you've been trying to prove yourself in the NBA. You've been trying to prove that this is also your team. This is your fucking time, bro. Show up. Don't turn the ball over 8 times.
If we're talking about proving it, I mean, he was second team All NBA. So technically, he wasn't trying to prove that this is also his team. It is his team because he was second team All NBA. That says you are equally, like a part of the team. Same way that I don't hold it all against LeBron in LA. I also put blame AD plenty of time. I can't just blame Tatum. I have to blame Brown as well. And that man is a turn. First of all, okay, sorry. I don't know if you are finished, but I am pissed. Not pissed, but I'm so disappointed, bro. The last 2 years in the conference finals, in the last 2 years in the conference finals, the Boston Celtics, 2 stars, have committed 177 turnovers combined.
And it makes no sense to me. You know what really pissed me off about Boston in this series is, okay, yes, the defending champs lost, right? But you were also just in the finals. You played them. You swore you were gonna get back. You swore, right? And then you lose. You go down 3-0, and Jaylen Brown says, "Let's just get one." And everyone was like, "How? Why are you talking? You're not supposed to be talking." But guess what he did? They got 1. Then they got 2.
They got 2.
And they got 3.
And they got 3.
And
it's like whoa.
Everybody
it's like, okay.
believing.
Mm-hmm.
And had everybody believing that this is about to be it. This is facts. Bro, this is facts.
The entire time I started talking, bro, I didn't mention MJ not once.
I know you want to talk about basketball and how LeBron gets.
I'm talking about basketball. I want to stick to to the point at hand, because
how he shouldn't get blamed when they lose. I don't put this series on him, but you do. Anyways, you win 1, you win 2, you win 3. You have Miami looking gassed in game 6, like gassed, and I'm like, it's over. I'm sitting there saying it's over, even though we both picked Miami to win this, and I'm like, yo, it's over. It's really over. I'd also put money on Miami winning the Eastern Conference Finals, and so I'm like, this is it. Miami's done.
I'm upset with Caleb Martin for one reason only. He missed a 3. He missed a 3 that if he had made it, it would have made him the leading scorer for that game. And it would have made me a few commas and a few zeros on there.
You missed on your parlay. That's crazy.
Yeah. So because of that, I'm upset with him. But but okay.
But this is so. This on the reverse side of what happened with the Lakers. Let's talk about Miami, right? Mm-hmm. Your 2 superstars are not showing up in the beginning of this game. Bam had a horrible game by Bam standards.
Bam is not good. What do you mean Bam standard? Bam is not good. What do you mean, by Bam standard?
I don't know. Bam has been, hasn't he been
No, he has not
hold on,
been
hold on.
good.
Let me get what I'm trying to say. Hasn't Bam been an all-star? He's been an all-star, right?
No,
No,
was he?
Bam is not an all-star. Yeah, Bam has been an all-star. Bam, Kyle Lowry,
Why?
and I don't know. So Bam has been an all-star, or he's either all defense or now he's never gotten DPOY, but he's all defense or
Huh?
something.
He's full-time all defensive second team,
There you go.
and he was a 2-time All-Star.
There you go. So by
Why?
Bam standards, okay. Let me go by those two standards, right? So Bam is having a bad game or trash game. Jimmy's not having a really good start to that game. So now you have Caleb Martin, Cruz, even freaking what's the white boy?
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson, the person who sold out in game 6, somehow game 7 shows up and shows out. So everything, in my opinion, I'm like, when it's your time, it's your time. That's really my takeaway from these playoffs, right? Has been when it's your time, it's your time. Because no one can explain to me Miami needing 2 games to make it into the playoffs, the Lakers needing 1 game. And Denver just dog walking everybody on the West. They dog walk KD and Devin Booker, made KD look like a fraud. They made LeBron look like he don't know how to play basketball for 2 games.
I can't call what they did to KD and Booker dog walking when they turn around and swept the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't do that.
Let me finish. If you had let me land, you might have heard what I said.
Okay.
They dog walk KD and Devin Booker. They made LeBron look like he don't know how to play basketball for 2 games, so they had to come back and drop 30 in the first half of 1 game. Help the Lakers get like a 15-point lead, and then nobody else shows up, so the rest of the team doesn't know how to play basketball. D'Lo disappears, like everything. Like so, when it's your time, it's your time. Because in the Eastern Conference, bro, like I don't. When I have kids, and if Miami somehow magically does what everyone thinks is impossible, right? If Miami somehow, when you have kids, how are you going to explain to your kids the 2022-2023 playoffs
as the greatest thing Miami has ever done ever since, that's the greatest thing Miami has ever done, period.
Ever, because even the even the Ray Allen shot, there's nothing that in the history of Miami that if Miami goes all the way to the mountaintop, there's nothing in the history of Miami that can, like, I might fuck around and buy how they be selling the DVD of ladies and gentlemen, your Miami.
Where you gonna play that, bro? Nobody owns a DVD player anymore.
On my Xbox or something. Just to have it, to say I have it. You feel me? Like, it's just something that I'd be like, yo, Miami did this, and I'm just gonna have it. So I almost feel like it's unprecedented because you go through Giannis, you go through Boston. Am I missing one?
The Knicks.
You go through Giannis and you go
through,
bro. Like we're talking about basketball here. You go through Giannis and you go through Boston. Giannis is a champion. Boston was just there, and you make Boston look as pedestrian in 3 games, and then in game 7 you make them look pedestrian again. I don't understand. So is it Miami just Miami's goated in this playoffs, or is Boston a disappointment? I don't know. I actually don't know, to be very honest.
You and I say this all the time, but 2 things can be true. Because again, Miami is definitely goated in these playoffs, but Boston's also been very pedestrian, and they were very much a disappointment.
Yeah, because Boston has been up and down. I mean, granted, they won the first game, they won the first series. Like I feel like they had a cakewalk, but then when they faced a team, it just, why did Philly go 7 games? You didn't have Embiid for 2 of those games. You should have clearly won both of them.
Bro, I think I texted you after one of the games that they lost.
Am I giving Boston too much credit?
No. Everybody is. We're all giving Boston too much credit because we look at Okay, that's actually a very good point because Miami's 2-point shooting is definitely better than Denver, but that's questionable though. I mean,
because if MPJ and KCP decide to somehow wake up from whatever, like again, which is why I've been saying to you, KCP and MPJ are, to me, MPJ was always nice in college, right? We thought he was going to be like elevated when he came into the NBA, but he's been pedestrian. But this season, you could not tell me that MPJ was going to be who he was this season.
But then again, he's been very injured for the last couple of years. Like
Okay.
this man's back has been like in shambles. So
So let's hope his back is ready to go
yeah, I
because
hope so too. Because Miami, the thing about Miami is Miami have an identity. They have a culture, they have an identity, and they stick to it. That's what a lot of these other teams failed to do. Philly don't have an identity. They have Embiid, who's as soft as can be. I don't care what you say, what you tell me. Embiid is soft. Embiid is soft, and then so because of that, I'm not giving freaking Philly a pass for nothing. Boston Boston has shown so much promise for so long now. Jason Tatum's
right.
rookie year, that man went against Braun, and
They took him
against
to
when he was
7
in Cavs,
games.
took him 7 games. So
Yeah, they took
Boston
him to
has
7
been
games.
playing,
And didn't they promise that they were gonna come back after that? They were like, we're gonna come back.
Yes,
We're gonna be here. We're gonna be better.
yes.
And yeah, you kind of have, but you also
Here we
kind
are
of have
still. Here
not.
we are still. Here we
Yeah,
are
because
still.
you were
You
up
know,
2-1 against the Warriors in the finals last year and just crumbled.
and
Like
game 4,
literally.
Steph Curry, like, can you call that
Do,
dog
do we call,
walking? Because I don't know what he did.
do we call it game 4? Do we call it game 4, Steph?
No, but so okay, but as
Or
far as
just game
the Eastern
Steph?
Conference Finals go, okay, Boston underperformed. They fell short of what we expected from them. But then again, that's been the case for a few years now.
Right. All
Um,
right. Okay.
yeah.
I thought you
So
were.
okay, so but the thing is though, at this point, I think Boston needs to figure out something. Figure out your identity. Because right now, some days you try to figure out, is it Tatum? Is it Brown? Because Brown's having a better game, or Tatum is struggling this game. You got to figure out your identity. Figure it out.
Right.
Also,
Last question. Do you think those guys can actually really play together?
What happened?
Do you think those two guys can actually really play together?
I think they could if they had a better point guard, because Marcus Smart is not a good point guard.
Okay, because fuck
In
Marcus
fact,
Smart.
in fact, as far as point guards goes, like if you look at starting point guards in the league, I think they say they rank them based on like point guard standards. They rank them like 25th or something like that.
Oh,
So,
I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
He's
So
not
so as far as so outside of Tatum and Brown, the rest of the team, the rest of the starting lineup is pretty pedestrian. Holford as a center or power forward, whatever
power
he
forward
is.
center. Yeah, depending
He's
on the lineup.
he's
old. He's old. He's
yeah,
been here too long.
I know, but he ranks like low in the bottom, low on the he ranks low as well.
Mans is definitely tired, bro.
so what should we go to? So as far as it goes, Boston underperformed, Milwaukee underperformed, but that's previous series, whatever. But the last thing is, one last thing about the Lakers, and then we can move on to the conference to the finals.
God.
One last thing about the Lakers, bro. I know you said like, we can't blame LeBron, because he's 38 and stuff like that, but also LeBron played very much un-LeBron-like. He played very un-LeBron-like for majority of the series. That's when.
Okay, go ahead.
He played un-LeBron-like for majority of the series. In fact, LeBron made like 2 3-pointers in the fourth quarter in that entire series. That is terrible by any standards, not just LeBron standard, but any standard.
That's fine.
So,
yeah.
With that being said,
go ahead.
Let's move into the finals because we spent 33 minutes on the conference finals, and
I was gonna say this is where I have a problem with coaching because I pretty much felt like Darvin should have let LeBron be on the ball and be the point guard for that series, unlike the last series. Anyways,
you know I have a problem with Darvin as well. You know that. So
I feel like he's young. He will learn, or he might be gone. Let's talk about that. Let's preview the finals. I don't know. It just looks like it's Denver's. It looks like it's Denver's series to win. It looks like Miami doesn't stand a chance in hell, but Miami didn't stand a chance in hell against Milwaukee. Miami didn't stand a chance in hell against Boston. So I don't know. I want to believe like everyone, like, oh, Denver is, it's Denver's time, but like, I don't know, man. Jimmy has just been like possessed this playoff. So
check your phone.
Jimmy, I did.
All right. So I got Denver in 5. Mo will continue.
I have Miami in 6.
Yeah,
I have Miami in 6. So
I have Denver in 5.
Yes. All right. That's our call right now, and I think Wets, you got to go. So
I have to run out, but you should definitely go. Finish on that series, and yeah,
right.
We'll talk.
And I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know in a minute. All right. So this is why I think Miami has it, right? I don't know. I'm talking to whoever I'm talking to right now. This is why I think Miami could pull out like a 6 or 7 game series. I think Jamal Murray is going to have a harder time playing against Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is going to want to guard Jamal Murray, and then you put Bam in the middle of the paint, but you have him facing Joker, because I think if you let Joker have his back to Bam, it's over. I think the best way to have Joker defend Joker right now is to have him facing Bam. But I like Miami because they just have like this tenacious attitude right now. I think that they have a possibility to win it all. I don't know if they will, but again, like I said, it's Denver series to lose. Right now, it is Denver series to lose, and it's Miami's to prove everybody wrong. Because again, this is just like the Lakers and the Warriors. Everyone is moving against Denver. Anyways, just in the comment section down below, let us know who you got for tonight. I think Denver wins game 1, and I think Miami takes it on from that point on. They take the punch in the mouth, and they just carry it on. And I think Miami pulls this series out. Other than that, I got nothing else to give you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Derpy, for commenting. And hopefully we could do a show tomorrow to kind of recap the series or recap the game, and then we can give you more breakdown on the series. Thank you very much. We will catch you on the next show. Peace.
Play ball.
There you go.
There it is.
There's the winner.
Back.
Look at that.
Back. Gone.